Why has there been absolutely no new news about the Boeing whistleblower found dead who said if anything happens to me? It wasn't Esther. We haven't heard anything because there isn't anything new to report. Plus, he died before a civil suit about whistleblower violations. He wasn't going to reveal any new information about Boeing's lack of standards and faulty 737 planes, but reveal how he was treated after telling the FAA. If Boeing did kill him, it wouldn't stop the information he already leaked years ago. And for anyone saying it wasn't to stop him from speaking, but to scare other people from speaking up, guess what? That didn't work. There's a new whistleblower talking about the 787. I hate those shallow because we live in a world with no justice and since you asked fuck Trump answers. But this time these do make sense. Media failed to make it loud enough. Probably had financial incentive not to. Maybe it's the reason there are so many of those shitty solar eclipse memes. I know I'm going tinfoil with these ones, but people don't talk about it because they're talking about me, you know? Because despite what you might think from reading Reddit, murdering people and faking a suicide is extremely rare. Doing so successfully is even rarer. They killed him and made it look like a suicide is to Redditors what I found to weird rocks next to my car tire. It's sex traffickers as to middle-aged white women on Facebook. Because he commits suicide. 100 people commit suicide in the US every day. Some of them claim they would never. Rare case of the media telling a sensible story, and the tantalizing conspiracy theory is so easy. Because the source was a family friend who seems to be the only person he told this to. Also, the whistleblower had essentially done his part years ago. Killing him would have stopped absolutely nothing, lol. Because power only kills when it is safe to do so, and only does it in a manner they know they won't be facing consequences for. Intelligent people can read popular culture like a book and surf the waves. In this thread, people who have no concept of the level of censorship that is arbitrarily thrown around on various platforms. God fucking forbid Gen Z adapt to the busted internet they're inheriting, because it was a cherry-picked quote the media used to grab views. Killing a whistleblower does nothing if they already blew the whistle and been testifying for several years on record. Because being a whistleblower in an investigation and trial is extremely stressful. It wears you down hard. We also lived through COVID. Suicide is suddenly the most likely thing. Same reason you never heard anything else about Daphne and Caruana Galizia. The reptiles in charge are murderous by nature. This is such a refreshing thread seeing people call the conspiracy BS. It was so sensationalized it was ridiculous. In fairness, if I kill myself, and saying that before I do it, I'm not going to kill myself. I am mentally well. Assuming it does check out. The police are hardly going to tip their hand by putting it in the news. Why would they be any more news? It sucks, but that was just the worst case of suicide I've ever seen. A lot of these comments are suspicious as fuck. Boeing shareholders coming out in numbers here. Maybe he's hiding out on a deserted island with Elvis and Tupac, plotting their epic comeback. What else are they supposed to say? He committed suicide. That's pretty much the entire story. Law enforcement won't investigate, and the media won't push it. It's literally a conspiracy. I'm hoping that there's a criminal investigation ongoing which is keeping a lid on things. Because the government hasn't given the news what they're supposed to say about it. Because the corruption runs incredibly deep. Why report something your friends did? I wonder if Boeing would pay some folks to fight these types of social media posts. He was a threat to part of the military-industrial complex. He quietly went away. Because there's no evidence anything happened other than him killing himself. Dude, they probably just don't want us knowing the real tea. So shady, man. Because the traditional news isn't inclined to spread conspiracy theories. It was on the BBC News website. It happened in SC. What did you expect? An actual investigation. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Stop self-censoring, you fucking twat. Just because somebody says something doesn't mean it's true. I think I'm out of the loop. What are you talking about? You can say suicide on Reddit. This is not TikTok.